And now the big doubleheader here on Treble Sports. Live coverage of not one but two games this evening. We've got England, Czech Republic and Scotland, Croatia as Trev Linen presents Euro 2020 Live.
Shot himself, it's in! Yes! Jensen! 38-6, they've got a goal here. Goal! Blackberry!
Good evening. It's a lovely evening out for England and crunch time for Scotland, and we've got a special Euro 2020 for you tonight. We're going to bring you both games live, one after the other. We've got England, Czech Republic coming up, and then we've got Scotland, Croatia. Stick around for a bumper edition tonight of Euro 2020. And Group D definitely has provided entertainment and storylines that I promise you wouldn't be out of place in a comic strip.
Kane to take it now for England. 1-0 to England. Harry Kane, the man for the occasion. It is Alexander-Arnold. Oh, what a goal! It's a super goal by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Looking to go further ahead, and the gun just starts. It's 3-0. 2 goals in 2 minutes for England. Here's Kane now. Could it be the hat-trick? It is a hat-trick for Harry Kane. It's 4-0.
Flash with the ball and Griffiths with the other. It's over the bar. He's got Forrest in on goal. James Forrest, what can he do here? Forrest shoots just wide. Now Griffiths for Scotland once more. Scotland. Griffiths with the strike, just wide. But it finishes here at Villa Park. Czech Republic 0, Scotland 0.
England versus Scotland. Coming in the cross. Sterling continues to go. Dele Alli! 1-0 England! Starts off, raises across. Lee Griffiths, 1-0! Scotland are level! It's Lee Griffiths! He's done it to England again! Set pieces. Half an hour gone at Wembley. That's what he can do! Scotland lead England! He's got Kane ahead of him. This is James Maddison. Yes! Sterling again. Kane again. Kane again! Kane again! Be the perfect result for England if things can stay as they are. They might get better. They have got better. Raheem Sterling's made it 4. He still has the ball, Kane. Dele Alli, who does finish. Well, joining me tonight for the big game, watching both of them, we have Trevor Hanson and Trevor Hill to take us through what should be a dramatic evening. And we're based here at Wembley, and we'll be looking forward to England, which are coming out very shortly. But first and foremost, let's have a look at the table in Group D. And the scenarios that you'll need to know tonight in order for teams to progress. England will win the group, whatever happens against the Czech Republic, but they have 2 points to their names. So the Czech Republic, despite not scoring that, has to be said, in both their games, could potentially go through with a draw against England. That may make them one of the best, that'll make them the second place side. Croatia or Scotland will have to beat one another to progress through. There's a chance Scotland may be able to sneak through with a high scoring draw to some degree against Croatia and vice versa. But Scotland themselves do have a better goal difference, so will sit ahead of Croatia, and they may sneak through as one of the best third place sides. But you feel tonight Scotland have to win, Trevor? Well, Scotland having to beat the World Cup finalist is a monumental challenge for them. You wonder though, Villa Park, they've had some great performances there in the past. It might just be their night. We'll wait and see in about 90 minutes or so. Well, Trevor, do you think England are going to do Scotland a favour and beat the Czech Republic? I mean, Gareth Southgate, he's made changes to the side tonight, so I think he's got one eye on that last 16 tie coming up for him. Well, I saw what happened in the World Cup 2 years ago when England played a weakened side, and it worked out for them that day. It didn't work out for them in the last European Championships, but I think knowing England winning the group anyway, I don't think it's as big a gamble as it's been played up in the press today. Well, we'll have more from the boys at half-time. We're also going to hear from our match commentator at Villa Park at half-time as he brings us all the latest team news for Scotland versus Croatia. But now it's England, Czech Republic. The players are in the tunnel and our man is getting ready, making his debut commentating for England. It's Trevor Tilsley.
Welcome to Wembley. England looking to finish the group strong, having already qualified as group winners. Czech Republic, with a win today, could seal their progression to the next round as well, as we prepare for the national anthems in a sold-out Wembley, where England will play their remaining fixtures of the tournament. Then England, much changed today. Obviously, as I said, they've already qualified for the next round. As for the Czech Republic, well, as I said, it's win and they go through. But even with a loss today, with Croatia and Scotland playing each other, it could still lead to them going through, depending on results there. As I said, for England, much changed side, although James Nedison and Dele Alli, despite their bookings, do start. Nick Pope, the Burnley goalkeeper, making his first competition appearance for England. Harry Kane, the leading goal scorer, is in the lineup as well, along with Sterling and Sancho and Borussia Dortmund. So no pressure on England. The Czech Republic will be looking to try and keep fate in their own hands by getting the job done here and now. They've got a pretty good record in the Euros over the years. Obviously they've been represented as Czechoslovakia beforehand. Of course they won the Euros back in 1976 as Czechoslovakia. They've also come runners-up twice in the World Cup, as they're looking to start on the front foot, but that's dealt with. Kieran Trippier, of course, making his first appearance in tournament football since rattling in that free kick in the World Cup, which sent the nation into raptures. Here's Jadon Sancho now, just muscled out there by Dadaria. Souček. Here's Schick, Red Bull Leipzig. Dadaria again. Looking out wide for Selassie, but it's cut out by Danny Rose. His future is up in the air at the moment. Obviously, he's just finished his loan spell at Newcastle United. Here's Raheem Sterling, who is fouled. He's in a promising position, but Sancho takes it quickly. Here's Eric Dyer on the edge of the box, gets it back to Raheem Sterling. Oh, it's a good save by Pavlenka. I was expecting them to wait to have a shooting opportunity there, but instead they played it quickly, and Raheem Sterling giving an early test to the Werder Bremen goalkeeper. There's a corner though. Let's see what they can make from here. James Madison is going to take it. And England get off to a flying start. 3 minute 30 gone. It's whipped in towards the back stick. It's gone over everyone's head. Raheem Sterling is going to recover it though. He whips it across himself towards Dele Alli, who didn't lunge for it, but it's going to fall nicely for Sanasi. And here's Callas of Bristol City. Derek, Souček, Sochi. Czech Republic. As I said, they're not really in a position where they need to win. As I said, it is very much relying on what happens between Scotland and Croatia, which you can see later on. There's Joe Gomez, Premier League winner himself now. See Liverpool winning the title this year. Here he is again. Looking long for Harry Kane, who's in an interesting position on that wide position. He'll be playing as an old school inside right forward. Dinked into the box there by Trippier, but it's headed away. It's come back to James Maddison. There's Eric Dyer. Danny Rose. He tries to get it to Sterling, but it's cut out. It's come back to Sterling. Czech Republic sliced the clearance away, but only went as far as Dele Alli. Here is Ali again. Trying to get past his man, but Cotterick gets it. And now here's Schick. Souček. Callas. Almost losing out to Sterling. Sterling goes tumbling. Czech Republic just failing to clear their lines here. Here's Harry Kane. Gets it back to Trippier. Still going. Trippier manages to get across in the box, but it's been headed away again. Can the Czech Republic get their foot on the ball? They do. Here's Schick. Just ran out of time and support there. He lost the ball. Here's Eric Dyer. Raheem Sterling playing in the middle, which he's done a few times for Manchester City. Oh, that's a terrible mistake by the Czech Republic, and Harry Kane's in, and he's scored his 5th goal of the tournament for Harry Kane, and England get off to a flying start. Czech Republic, well, they've been all at sea in the opening 10 minutes, just failing to clear their lines all the time. The defensive mix-up there sends Harry Kane through. And he is in the hunt for the Golden Boot. Obviously, he won the Golden Boot at the World Cup a couple of years ago. See, look at this, just the 2 Czech Republic defenders tripping over each other. And Harry Kane will gobble up chances like that for breakfast. And Sterling looking for him. And Callas just gets in the way of his own teammate. And then Harry Kane, well, laces through it. Bottom left-hand corner. Keeper's got no chance. And that is Harry Kane's 5th goal of the tournament. Looking for back-to-back tournament Golden Boots, that would be quite something for an England international player to have on his resume. Anyway, 10 minutes gone here. It's England 1, Czech Republic 0. It's still not all doom and gloom for the Czech Republic, as I say. The fact that they've not scored or conceded in any games prior to this, obviously they've now conceded their first goal of the tournament, as Cotterick here looking for the opportunity to cross. Means that their goal difference is better than Scotland and Croatia's. This is currently stand. This is an opportunity to Schick, but it's blocked by 2 England players. Headed away. Dinked forward. This is Yankto, but it's cut out by Kieran Trippier, who smartly gets it back to Harry Maguire. He's had a reasonably good season with Manchester United in his first season there. There's Danny Rose. As I was saying, the goal difference situation for the Czech Republic is it was on 0 before this game, and obviously Croatia and Scotland have both taken drumming since then, so a 1-0 loss isn't doing for them. Of course, they would love to get a goal back themselves and really take control of their own fate. There's Sanasi, Cotterick. Can try and get past Dele Alli. Pavlenka from distance, blocked by Harry Maguire. So Gomez picks it up and gets it to Harry Kane. Quite deep for that one. Maddison and Sterling looking for support. It's been dealt with. Now Novak has the ball. Yankto. Novak again. Pavlenka. Czech Republic just taking their time. Been a bit sloppy so far in this opening 15 minutes. They're feeling the nerves a little bit, but they have had slightly more possession based on that stat. Yankto again. Novak. Pavlenka. Derrida. Cotterick. Selassie now on the wing. Danny Rose out there for company. Oh, he's turned him. It's a good turn, that. Looking for Derrida in the middle, but Dele Alli just about gets his defensive duties right and gets it clear, but it's going to come back. Here's Selassie again. Being chased all the way by Jadon Sancho. And that ball to Derrida just wasn't quite good enough. And now England look to break here. Them themselves, not in a rush, because obviously already qualified as group winners. Here's Sterling, runs into trouble. And Souček, now Schick. He hasn't got any support at the moment, so he's just going to have to hold off Eric Dyer, and he does really well there. Here's Pavlenka. Pavlenka again, looking for the long ball over the top to Novak, but it's just got too much on it. It's gone out for a goal kick. Nick Pope's first touch of the ball as England's Euros goalkeeper. Here's Harry Maguire. Of course, England have only actually kept one clean sheet in this tournament, thanks to Lee Griffiths' performance for Scotland. And of course, they beat Croatia 4-0 in the opening game of the tournament. Pavlenka, the Werder Bremen goalkeeper, he's had a bit of a tough start, but I'm sure he's not going to be too worried about conceding to Harry Kane. As I said, the Czech Republic still in a strong position. One ball was looking for Schick, but Joe Gomez picked it out lovely. There's Harry Maguire now. Dele Alli. James Maddison. Lovely long ball sprayed out to Jadon Sancho. Lovely first touch as well. Here's Dele Alli. Sancho again. He's being double teamed there, although it's come off nicely for him somehow as the Czech Republic again getting in each other's way. Selassie again picking up the ball there. Now here's Schick. Eric Dyer keeping him company and winning the ball back. And Dele Alli just exchanging the possession between them. And it's getting very scrappy just inside the Czech Republic half on this side. Here's Maddison now in a little bit of space. Dele Alli. Maddison again. Trippier. Maddison just finding the pockets of space to receive the pass just to relieve any kind of pressure. Eric Dyer thought about a hit, instead spreads it out wide to Danny Rose. Thought about the first time cross, gets in the second time. Oh, and it's just gone wide of the target. Lovely build-up play here from England, just keeping possession really well. Lovely pass out wide by Dyer. Lovely ball whipped in, and it just went wide of the target. As you can see there, James Maddison. His pass completion rate's almost perfect so far. There's Selassie now. 25 minutes gone. Derrida, fouled by Eric Dyer. Doesn't seem to think it's a foul. And he's picked up a yellow card for his protest as well, by the looks of things. Harry Maguire better be careful too. Let's see here. Was it a foul? Well, looked like shoulder to shoulder, so I think he's talked himself into the book with that one. Free kick for Derrida to take. For Schick on the edge of the box, but that's easily dealt with, although it's fallen kindly to Selassie. Being tracked back by Harry Kane of all people. Harry Kane still battling away there. And Dele Alli wins the ball, the two Tottenham players tracking back nicely. Here is Kane looking for Sterling. So he's played the number 9 position for Man City a few occasions this season. Running down the centre. Pavlenka looking for Derrida again. Here's Schick. He tried to flick it over and past his defender, but he didn't quite come off. Here's Sterling. Sancho now. And he's been fouled. And, well, referee's calling him over. Souček. Referee's not taking any back chat today. Although I don't think he's going to dish out a card for this one. No, he hasn't. A bit of a tactical foul, that one. Surprised he didn't get a booking for it, but I think he was a bit more polite than Eric Dyer was. Trippier with a long free kick. Looking for Sancho on the edge of the box. He did win the header, but it went straight to Schick. He's going to recover it for the Czech Republic. Again, they're going to build from the back. Here's Selassie, back to Kovac. Selassie did hit the deck, but referee said play on. Long ball forward, cut out by Joe Gomez, really well there. And here's Eric Dyer. Sterling. Not many chances since the goal. I just feel like the game's getting a little bit scrappy in midfield. Both teams not overly pressed for a result here, obviously, as we know about the group situation. A lot of eyes on Scotland and Croatia after this performance, I'm sure. Which of course you can see on the Trevor Sports channel immediately after this game. There's Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane, dinking it forward to Jadon Sancho. Just about manages to get something on it to get it back to Dele Alli. There's Alli again, back to Sancho in a bit of space. Eric Dyer, who's been pushing forward a lot this game. Ball's rebounded to Danny Rose. Here's Raheem Sterling on the edge of the box. James Maddison. Here's Harry Kane on the edge of the box. The shot took a deflection. Oh, and Jankto took the ball away from his goalkeeper there. They got away with it. Here's Schick, somewhat of an isolated figure so far in this game. And again, just keeping hold of possession. They've been really good in possession so far. Gareth Southgate will be pleased with that. Moves out to Pavlenka, but Harry Kane picks up the pieces and then he gets challenged. Losing that for an England throw. There's Raheem Sterling out on the wing. Got two men in the box to look for, but he's not going to take that option. Instead opts for Eric Dyer. He's got to be careful on his yellow card. Still going. Physically battling away there. There's Danny Rose. Dele Alli. Tried to get it across, but it's blocked, and it's going to go out for a corner. See if James Maddison can get this corner right. The first one went over everyone's head last time. Ripped in, it's a bit better. Goalkeeper's forced to punch, it's not gone clear. It's headed away at the second time of asking. He really gets it back to Novak. Kadabek. Selassie now, in a bit of space. Dele Alli's closing him down. Here's Schick. Two men on him at all times. And Selassie loses out to Dele Alli, who's performed pretty well defensively today, I must say. Here's Derrida. Linker. Derrida again. Going forward. There's Schick, but he just couldn't get a touch on it. I mean, the defence is all at sea there a little bit, but they get lucky. Maguire gets a lucky rebound. There's Danny Rose. Jadon Sancho now. Dele Alli and Sancho generally rotating a lot on this wing. Raheem Sterling's just got a bit of a free roll as it's a lovely ball forwards. Just about going to be kept in play by Dele Alli. Whips it in right-footed towards the back stick where Harry Kane's waiting, but it's headed away. It's only going to be as far as Trippier though. Maddison. Trippier again. You're going to just have to play smart here. They're not particularly pressed for any kind of result here. There's Rose, well, he was looking for Rose, but it had no speed on it at all, and it's easily cut out. Here's Jankto again, battling with Harry Kane, who wins the ball back. Here's Sterling now. Sterling looking for Sancho, that's a lovely first touch. And Sancho, what a save! Pavlenka, full stretch, and it hasn't even gone out for a goal kick. That is some terrific goalkeeping, and well played by the defence to keep that in play. Here's Suchik. Selassie now looking for a long ball. Manages to get the ball down. He's got Dele Alli, who was hounded in the whole game, still going. Referee says no foul there. And now England's turn to have a bit of possession. A lot of the play has come down this near side, with Sancho, Sterling and Alli all rotating. Danny Rose also getting involved at times. There's a free kick. England waits. Now they're going to take it quickly. Sterling plays it on to Sancho, who's tackled by Selassie. It's going to go out for a corner though. His third of the game. Can Maddison get it right this time? Rips it in next towards Harry Kane. Oh, it's at the bar! Czech Republic very much using up all of their lives at the moment. If they were a cat, they'd be down to, well, let's face it, 6, maybe. They've conceded a goal. They've had 2 close ones. Long ball forward looking for Schick. He's not had much joy. He's won the ball there. Here's Selassie. Derrida. Pavlenka again. Got James Maddison chasing him all the way. He's been very disciplined so far. There's Harry Kane. Looking for Sterling. Sancho's on the overlap. Here he is. He's not got a lot of support ahead of him. Heading towards the byline. Looks for a cross. Oh goodness me! And the Czech Republic again all at sea. And Pavlenka, well, gobbled it up. Not been the easiest game for the Czech Republic goalkeeper, I've got to say. He's got some big gloves to fill in the shape of Petr Cech, obviously. And here's a chance for Sancho now. It's a lovely ball through. Could England make it 2 just before half-time? Not quite. The Republic will be happy just to get to half-time, I think, at this point. And there we go. There is the half-time whistle. And Harry Kane's early goal in the opening 10 minutes has put England on course for 9 points from 9. Czech Republic will be sweating on games elsewhere. But at half-time, it's 1-0.
Well, if we have a look at some of the statistics in the game, I don't think England have been at their explosive best that they've been in the last 2 games, but they're in control in this game. Before we go and find out the team news at Villa Park for Scotland's game, Trevor, what was it that England did well? Because they probably did, dare I say, just enough in that half. I think you can class that as a very professional performance by England. They did very well to contain the game, and they did a lot of things really well tonight without really showing too much of themselves. I think the players have kind of come in, have done a good job. And Trevor, what did you make from England's performance thus far? You said to me during the game, you nodded me at one point, you said this is very professional from England. What do you mean by that? Well, Trev, you're not going to blow every team away that you play. That's never been done in football. I don't think that ever will. It'll always come game where it doesn't quite happen for you. But I think England tonight, by being professional, they're doing enough to win tonight. They're saving themselves. They look like a side that's prepared to go deep into the tournament, I'd say. Well, let's have a look at some of the action in that first half, Trevor. Yeah, it was a positive start by England. Raheem Sterling's their brightest player. Really should have scored from here when he was sort of one-on-one and made a good opportunity. But England got the early goal. It was actually a real sort of defensive mistake. Harry Kane goes, thank you very much. Still got a lot to do from this angle, and Harry Kane did sort of train as a youngster as a goalkeeper, so he's able to pick spots in which he knows the keeper is really going to struggle. Sterling playing through the middle seems to be paying off for England, and when Kane gets through, he's still got a lot to do here, but picks a spot where he knows the goalkeeper's got no hope. That's a really good finish by Harry Kane. And then Sejic didn't come too far away. No, half a chance. It's actually very good defending, and that's been the bit of the case. Dyer here going in a little firmly, shall we say? Yeah, and I think if you look at the way in England are doing this, again, it's just sort of playing just sort of within themselves, just ever so slightly, but not anything which is of a side which has to win. Still is the danger tonight. Can England see this side of Jadon Sancho here? I probably would have backed him to put that away. He's looked the one player who may get into the first team. Marcus Rashford hasn't quite been able to deliver for England, and Harry Kane certainly has. That header wasn't far from finishing off. Yeah, good header, striking the crossbar. I think England are good value for their leads at half-time, and to be honest, I fancy them to go and win this match quite comfortably from here. Well, let's go over to Trevor Davis, who is our match commentator for the Scotland game. And Trevor, what is the atmosphere like at Villa Park this evening? Well, it's a wonderful atmosphere tonight at Villa Park. I think there's genuine belief in the Scotland camp among the supporters that they could do something tonight. They know a win is exactly what's required to progress, and I'm sure every Scotsman we're hoping they can do this. I think England will have to do them a favour. They're doing that at the moment. It could even come to goal difference. We really don't know, but stick around because I'll be here for the entire game after the rest of the England match. Well, the second half for England and the Czech Republic is on its way, so stick around. And don't remember, we've got Scotland and Croatia coming up just after this.
So out we come then for the second half. England looking to cement their lead. Czech Republic will be looking to get back into this game as soon as possible. I'll remind you about the situation with the group, of course. A loss here for the Czech Republic isn't all doom and gloom. As I said, their goal difference before this game was 0. Now we're -1, which is still better than Scotland and Croatia, who are on -3 and 4 respectively. So all the emphasis will still be on the Scotland-Croatia game as to who gets second place. England, as I say, already qualified as group winners with 6 points from 6. The Czech Republic can't catch them. Most they can get is 5 if they were to win this game, although so far it doesn't look anything like that. Although, if Danny Rose keeps putting hospital passes like that, it might give the Czech Republic a bit of hope, but they get away with it. Schick couldn't quite capitalise on it, and Joe Gomez as well. Just giving it to Harry Maguire. Slow start for England so far in this half. Here we are only a couple of minutes in. Long ball looking for Sterling. Callas picks it up. There's Suchi. Right back. Selassie again. Towards the Ridder. And he loses out to Eric Dyer. Harry Maguire now to Joe Gomez. Madison almost sold short there, but he gets it back to Gomez. There's Dele Alli. Long ball forward looking again for Sterling. He's not the tallest of men, but he does battle for everything. Long ball out here to Janko in a bit of space. He's been chased all the way by James Maddison. We're looking for Schick, but Joe Gomez is going to cut that out. It's gone straight to Pavlenka though. There's the Ridder. Schick. Selassie. This is better from the Czech Republic. A bit of speed to their play. Here's Schick again. The Ridder. Out to Pavlenka. And now have the numbers back. They're holding their shape really well. Novak. Janko up against Trippier. Showing in the corner, not giving him a chance to get across, and here's Novak. Pavlenka from distance, it's deflected, it's fallen to Schick, that's also deflected, and it's over the bar. Czech Republic just building up a head of steam here. As I said, England were keeping their shape well, they've got bodies in the way on both shots here. Harry Maguire getting the last touch on that. Pope still hasn't been forced into a save yet. This will be the Czech Republic's first corner of the game. The Ridder's going to bring it in. It's a good delivery. Come to Janko. That's the ball stolen by James Maddison. He's going to clear his lines. Can't quite get it to Harry Kane, although Kane's just going to take the ball himself, and that's a lovely ball forward if Sancho can get on it, but Callas reads it. So check. The Ridder. Further back. Here's Schick. Just battling with Eric Dyer, but Eric Dyer coming out on top. There's Selassie now. Souček. This has very much become a midfield battle, this game. There's Janko on this near side. Trippier again, just following him like a shadow. Although he's got a little bit of space there if he can get on the end of it. Janko gets the ball in, it's headed away by Gomez. Or Harry Maguire, should I say. Whichever centre back, I don't really mind. There's Janko again. England haven't had much of the ball this second half, I've got to say. Here's De Ridder. Oh, that's a lovely turn. De Ridder from distance, big hand from Nick Pope. First major input into this game, Nick Pope. And he's answered the call when needed. Gone out for a corner though. De Ridder will deliver it from this near side as we approach the hour mark. So good ball whipped in, headed away. And as far as Novak though, who keeps the play alive for the Czech Republic, is Souček again. Novak getting it wide for Selassie. De Ridder again. Just a wall of white shirts in the way. Selassie again. being hounded by Eric Dyer all the way. Got a lucky rebound there. It's come back to Schick. Here's Pavlenka. Now Schick flicks it up. He can't quite get it past his man. He's gone all the way back to Nick Pope, who has to quickly send it long as he's being closed down rapidly. Novak picks up the clearance. And then it's dealt with by James Maddison. Harry Maguire as we go past the hour mark. And looking to come forward again. Here's Harry Kane looking for Sancho. Plays it back to Sterling. There's Eric Dyer. Dele Alli, good one-touch passing here from England. The ball towards Sterling. Can the Czech Republic clear their lines? It'd be good if the cameraman could zoom in a bit more so I could see it a bit better, but there we go. It's coming all the way out to Derrida. Sorry, I don't mean to have a go at the director. His camera work is sublime most of the time. Here's Yankto. He's just losing out there as he's crowded out yet again. And have been very good in defence today. Well, as I said, going into this game, the Czech Republic haven't scored in any of their games. Here's Sancho on the edge of the box. And surely a foul, and it is. Free kick then in a promising position. There we go, there's the first booking of the game for the Czech Republic. Pavlenka not happy about it, but it was a clear foul. Complete takeout of Jadon Sancho there. Suchek goes into the book. Promising position for James Maddison here as he takes the free kick, and it's in! A fantastic free kick from James Maddison for his second goal of the tournament, and that's why you don't give free kicks away in that position. An absolute curler. Pavlenka gets fingertips on it, but it's just too far away from him. Up and over the wall. That angle is not the most flattering for the goalkeeper, but it doesn't matter as England put themselves 2-0 in the lead, which Scotland and Croatia will appreciate. Czech Republic will still be second courtesy of that one goal. Czech Republic now fall to -2. Scotland are on -3 and Croatia are on -4 in terms of goal difference. Of course, the Czech Republic do, of course, have 2 points. It does. It's a bit of a cheap foul to give away there. Joe Gomez is not happy at all with that. Trippier was just getting a little bit too involved there. Trippier, of course, has had an excellent first season with Atletico Madrid. So, early opportunity here for the Czech Republic to perhaps help their goal difference situation. It's whipped in deep towards the back stick, but Harry Maguire gets his head on it. Schick picking up the pieces. Here's Suchek. Husbauer, the substitute, who came on a couple of minutes ago. Novak trying to get the ball forward, but Eric Dyer, who has been colossus in the defensive midfield role for England, and that's a lovely ball through from Harry Kane to Jadon Sancho. Hasn't got much in front of him or beside him, although there's a lot of red shirts now that are hounding him. Callas is with him all the way. He's got support behind him. Trippier, if he sees it, he does. He plays it across to Dele Alli. Ali back to Eric Dyer. Thought about the shot, but chose not to. Back to Maddison. Trippier again. Sancho in a bit of space on this near side. That's a lovely ball floated in, but it's dealt with by Novak just about. Pavlenka can bring it forward. Husbauer now. Suchek. Derrida. The goal difference scenario, as I said, if Scotland and Croatia were to draw, as it stands, the Czech Republic would still go through because of the superior goal difference. That is, of course, providing that they don't concede another goal, because Scotland have scored more. So it's a really entertaining prospect for the finish of this group, which will conclude after this match. Obviously, Scotland and Croatia will be following. Will be a pleasure to watch on Trevor Sports, I'm sure. This whole tournament on Trevor Sports so far has been fantastic. Not too many goalless draws. It has been quite the festival of football. A beautiful game at its finest. Here's Harry Kane. Long ball looking for Sancho, who wins the header. Oh, really well there. Here's Eric Dyer. Bursting into a bit of space there, but going back to Danny Rose. And it's a lovely ball in, it's fallen nicely! And it's Raheem Sterling with another goal, the second goal of the tournament. England moving the ball so quick there. Dele Alli stabbing the ball into the box, into the path of Raheem Sterling. And what about that for a finish? Lovely flick pass by Dele Alli, and Raheem Sterling basically on the penalty spot, smashing it in the top right hand corner. And now substitution as Dockle comes on for Derrida. The group scenario now, that goal puts the Czech Republic on -3 goal difference, so it's level on goal difference with Scotland, but obviously they are still a point ahead courtesy of their 2 draws. But that means that a draw for Scotland would be enough to put them through, as they've scored more goals. So the Czech Republic now in desperate need of something. Here's Pavlenka. He's lost the ball. It should be now 15 minutes to go. England have complete control here, and the Czech Republic now desperate for something. Here's Sterling. There's Harry Kane. James Maddison. Danny Rose. As I say, Scotland and Croatia follow this game, and quite frankly it is looking like a mouth-watering prospect as things currently stand. Here's Husbauer, down that far side. A lot of Czech Republic's action has come from that side. The ball's whipped in towards Schick. Gone only as far as Husbauer, who sends it back to Cardebek. It's time for Schick again. Headed away by Gomez. And Husbauer, the fresh legs certainly making a difference on that far side. They've only got 13 minutes left to do something, the Czech Republic. Joe Gomez, long ball over the top looking for Sancho. He's won his header again. He's been terrific in the air, is Jadon Sancho. And that's a lovely turn around the corner by Harry Kane. He gets it to Sancho, but the ball is deflected. How big a deflection might that be? As I said, the goal difference is certainly going to play a vital part in how this group finishes. And what could be crucial for the Czech Republic. Maddison going to whip in this corner. It's a low one towards the front stick towards Sancho. I don't think quite expected it. And it's been dealt with by Pavlenka. Cleared all the way up the field as far as Harry Maguire. Good play. Here's Danny Rose. Dele Alli. Looking for Sancho. Sancho has got there, although he's barged off the ball. And Souček. Novak. Into the last 10 minutes. This is a big 10 minutes for the Czech Republic. They need to get something to give themselves any hope of sneaking through. Husbauer. Littlebek. Losing out to Sancho again. Sancho, who's got a lot of space to run into, but not a lot of support. To drag it back to Dele Alli. Lost the ball to Cardebek, and now Husbauer can bring the ball forward. Here's Schick. Husbauer again. Here's Dockle, second substitute for the Czech Republic. And the ball just cut out there by Trippier. There's Dele Alli. James Maddison. They've both done terrifically when it comes to their defensive duties in midfield today, I've got to say. There's Trippier. Tried a long ball, but it's deflected and fallen to the feet of Schick. Battling away with Eric Dyer. Plays it forward to Dockle, the substitute, with fresh legs. Now Husbauer. Can they get something from here? Cardebek. possible cross perhaps, no. Pavlenka will be patient. Is that a foul? Eric Dyer, he's on a yellow card, by the way. The referee going to keep his... He is. He's very lucky. He's a lucky man there, Eric Dyer. That could have been his marching orders with 6 minutes to go. It's just a free kick for the Czech Republic. One more substitution as Kufal comes on for Cardiff. Dockel standing over this free kick. He goes for goal. It's in! What a shot! Nick Pope didn't have a hope. A beautiful free kick from Dockel, the substitute, and that goal could be massive in the final standings of this group. As I said, goal difference may come into play, and it will with this one. Look at this for a free kick, though. That's going to be up there for a goal of the tournament contender from that distance. I was fully expecting it to be chipped into the box or something, but you've got to do something special to get the ball around that long frame of Nick Pope. Well, Czech Republic now. That'll help their goal difference certainly. 3-1 now. So as things stand, well, it is going to be quite the game to call for Trevor in Scotland, Croatia. A -2 goal difference for the Czech Republic would require one team out of Scotland and Croatia to win for one of them to get through. And well, this is quite the prospect as we enter the last 5 minutes. Of course, if England score again, it could send even more cats amongst the pigeons when it comes to deciding the fate of everyone in this group. Harry Kane, looking to add to his tally perhaps, goes back to Trippier. He leaves it out to Yankto. He's Schick. He's fouled by Eric Dyer again. He's had enough warnings. Could this be his marching orders? Is he going to get away with it? He's going to get away with it again, isn't he? I tell you what, for a man who's been on his final warning, he's had about 3 of them. And it wasn't a particularly dangerous foul, but don't wave your finger at the ref. He's already booked you once for back chat. Gareth Southgate might want to consider taking him off. He has made a substitution as Ben Chilwell's come on for Danny Rose. Getting his first taste of international football at this level. Here's Novak. Pavlenka. Raheem Sterling in with a robust challenge. I've got to say, the attacking players in this England side have certainly filled out their defensive duties. They've done really well in that sense. Long ball forward, looking for Sterling. Lovely first touch. Was that a foul? Referee doesn't say anything. Out to Trippier. Sterling did get a little bit wiped out there, but I think it was just a robust body check. There's Sancho, Chilwell, Sancho, Ali. This is great build-up play from England. Chilwell again with the opportunity to cross it towards Harry Kane, but it's headed away. What an acrobatic effort there from Raheem Sterling on the edge of the box. Just off target, but I credit the idea and the creativity there from Raheem Sterling. It is headed away. And, well, if that hits the back of the net, you've got goal of the century right there. So as things stand in the group, for Scotland and Croatia, it's going to be a very simple thing. You have to win if you're going to get through. A draw will not be enough as things stand. With only an extra minute after this one for the Czech Republic to change anything, which is highly unlikely. It's going to be quite the mouth-watering prospect here on the Trevor Sports channel. As for England, it's going to be 9 points from 9. Perfect record going into the knockout stages where they will be playing all their games at Wembley. Real mouth-watering prospect for England to perhaps win their home tournament. It would be quite something as we're playing out the final seconds here. Chilwell, Sterling, Chilwell again. As we're approaching a 3rd minute of added time here. Here's Dele Alli. Referee just taking his time to end this fixture. Sterling goes down. It's a free kick to England. They're going to take it quickly. This is a very long 2 minutes, I've got to say, but surely that'll be it. And there it is! England with the perfect record. Carry on to the next round. As for the Czech Republic, they will be sweating on Scotland against Croatia, which is going right up on Trevor Sports. But here at Wembley, it's finished. Czech Republic 1, England 3.
The atmosphere in Wembley is of pure celebration. England have collected maximum points and march on, and I'm sure you can hear in the background those famous Badil Skinner and the Lightning Seeds songs, which conjured up so wonderful memories of not only the last championships here in England, but that of their brilliant World Cup campaign of 2 years ago. Trevor, all in all, it was a very good night really for England. Changes in Gareth Southgate's game plan has worked to perfection. Management at times is about gambles, and this was a calculated gamble for Southgate, but it was the right decision, I think, made tonight, and I think a lot of legs tonight have got a lot of rest, and I think that's going to help England if they do want to go as far as they want to in this tournament. I think Trevor said earlier on it was professional in the way in which England approached this game, the way in which they played today, and they were far too good for the Czech Republic, even with their sort of supposed 6 or 7 changes that they made. Much better than them. And from your standpoint, Trevor, job well done. Time for England to really put their focus on for the rest of the tournament. Well, it looks as if England, apart from Jadon Sancho that was limping off at the end of that game, look to have a pretty fit and healthy squad that should help them through the rest of the tournament, I would have thought. But yes, really well played. Good choice by Gareth Southgate. But tactically, technically, miles better than the opposition today. Well, let's have a look, shall we, at the action that took place in the second half. Czech Republic threatened England, but it was never something which wasn't out of their repertoire. I think defensively, if they're forcing the opposition to shoot from 20-25 yards out, then if you get beat by there, you have to hand up and say that's a great attempt. That's actually a pretty good save by Pope. Dorida's hit this one. It's dipping. It's a very good stop, and I'm sure Nick Pope... some people said perhaps he should have started. Anyway, so this is a foul by Souček. Yeah, foul, but Maddison steps up this time to take the free kick, and it's a good free kick. I probably am more critical of the goalkeeper. I think he should have stopped it, but James Maddison has come in. He's made that shot his own. I guess he's the best performing number 19 for England since Paul Gascoigne. Yeah, quite possibly so. This was a great little move by Dele Alli. If you look at the way in which he looks himself, little flick of the boot, plays it into Sterling, who's running in from deep. And I think that perhaps this way Raheem Sterling is most sort of useful. And I think Dele Alli staying fit will be a big play for England because he's finding space all the time. Sancho started to find the sort of room, and I think the fact that he did limp off in the game, maybe perhaps that may have changed things. Dugdale's free kick, it was a very good free kick. Pope's probably seen that a bit late, but it's a very good free kick, mind you. But England very nearly made it 4 right at the end. Sterling tried to do the impossible. Would have been an audacious effort had it gone in. But well played England, they did excellent today. Well, that's not all the live football that we're going to be bringing to you. Very shortly we're going over to Villa Park to find out if Scotland can qualify from Group D. And we've seen after this that realistically Scotland need a win. A draw might be enough to get them through as one of the best third place sides, but it'll have to be a Scottish victory that will guarantee it. We've kept all the results a closely guarded secret so we can enjoy it in full. So let's go over to Villa Park, and your match commentator is Trevor Davis.
Well, I don't think games come much bigger than this. Scotland know that if they can complete Mission Impossible and beat Croatia, they will be in the knockout stages. Croatia have to win, and they might be in the knockout stages too. It's all set for a nail-biting evening here at Villa Park. really is David versus Goliath tonight for Scotland. World Cup finalists, and they have to win to progress. Croatia tonight without Ivan Perisic or Kramaric. Perisic and Kramaric both suspended, so Valsic comes into the midfield in their triangle setup. Rebic will still lead the lineup. For Scotland, they once again name an unchanged side for this contest. Forrest, Griffiths and Fraser have got to provide goals. Lee Griffiths was able to get 2 against England. Both these sides have been beaten, but due to the fact that Scotland have conceded less goals on average to England, they've got a chance. A draw would be dependent on other results. A win would guarantee it. Scotland versus Croatia tonight, and while England are kicking off and finishing their group at Wembley, it is a huge task for Scotland, but what a momentous moment it could be. They were robbed of qualification in Euro 96 by goal difference. Tonight, as one of the best third place teams, it's going to be tight. As second place team, it's going to be guaranteed. But with play like that and allowing somebody like Rebic with space, they're going to make it hard for themselves. And Modric was given too much space. Rebic with the time and the space to turn, and not quite the finish for the number 18. Scott Bain to kick the ball long for Scotland. Lee Griffiths against Kalitakar. Griffiths wins the ball. Here is Scott Brown, the Celtic man, into John McGinn, the Aston Villa man, whose pass is cut out. Kovacic now to Valisic, who's come in for Perisic on that left central midfield position. Here is Rebic, charging forwards. Barisic, number 3, out. Left wing. Cross is looking towards McGinn. Rebic is there! Oh, disaster! Disaster! A terrible spell of defending has allowed Rebic there to finish. And that's Croatia's first goal in these championships. What a time to get it. McKenna didn't deal with this, and Scotland have got it all to do. Look at this, gets his chest to it poorly. Instead of clearing it away, Rebic steals the ball and finishes calmly. You'd have to say Euro 96 is probably Scotland's best performance at a championship for a while. And, tonight they've got to make it. Got to get it through the hard way. They've come close on a couple of occasions to qualification. 3 draws in 1974 in Germany was enough for them to go out unbeaten. A 2-2 draw with the USSR in 82 meant they bowed out. 1990 it turned out to be a cruel defeat in the end to Brazil, which wiped them out of the tournament. But on all their international tournaments, never have they had an opportunity as this, as is with Griffiths, who's dispossessed. Croatia tonight playing for the very first time in their home kit. Scotland able to play in their traditional blue, whites and reds. Riccardo loses it. Fraser, we know, will be leaving Bournemouth at the end of this season. Griffiths out wide to James Forrest. Dispossessed by Valisic. Well, a draw would put Scotland on 2 points, and it would then come down to goals scored, which would be terribly tight. A win guarantees you there, which would put them on 4 points, would be enough. As things stands in the group, Croatia are through. Robertson, Tedesco, Modric, good interception by McTominay. Now there's options to his left. In Fraser, runs ahead of him. Lee Griffiths, Forrest is ahead of him. Fraser with time and space. Now it may break to Fraser. It's a good interception by Mateo Kovacic. Here's Rebic. Run ahead of him is Bracalo. Time and space away from Robertson. Can he get past McKenna? This is Velasco, number 15. It's pushed all the way forwards. Modric. And there's McTominay in again. Lee Griffiths coming back to defend. John McGinn. Phil Bardsley at right back. Into McTominay. Scotland need a good spell of possession and need to start working the options, working the chances in. They need to stop making silly mistakes like that as Charlie Mulgrew's given it away. Rebic has got the ball free at the edge of the area. Kovacic is joining through. This is Bracalo, number 2. And Scott Brown is across. Velasco, number 15, out wide here on the right, on the near sides. And the challenge is again by Fraser, and Brown wins it back to McKenna. Mulgrew. Mulgrew again. This is Bardsley. 12 minutes gone. Rebic's 3rd minute goal for Croatia. The first strike in these championships has put them on course to head through. Scotland, on the other hand, know that an equaliser might not be enough. A win is probably what they need to guarantee their path through to the knockout stages. Brown, McTominay. As controversial the decision is to focus on Scotland, we will bring you extended highlights of England's performance at Wembley, and we'll bring you all the goals as they happen. This is Fraser. His touch wasn't great. His cross is dangerous. Oh! Diving in was McTominay. And a goal kick is awarded. Croatia 1, Scotland 0. We played 15 minutes now at Villa Park. Velasco. Carlo. Rebic for Croatia. Out wide to Velasco. Croatia's causing problems for Scotland down this right wing. This is Bracalo. Fraser and Brown are trying to get near him. Into McTominay. Now McKenna. Charlie Mulgrew. Pass that way to Phil Bardsley. Only option ahead of him is John McGinn, used to playing on this ground. And Scott Bain will end up with the ball for Scotland. Goes long. And Barisic intercepts. Into Rebic with space. McKenna is across. Good defending in the end by McGinn. It's an incredibly difficult task for Scotland. And what they need to do today. Lovely little flick of the heel by Brown. And they've got to produce one of the finest performances that they've ever done. Goals scored, goal difference doesn't matter. It's the win that counts, and that will do it. The draw's no good for either side tonight. Here is Scott Brown. John McGinn. Lee Griffiths on the edge of the area. Shakes away from Modric. Now plays it into Robertson. Teasing cross off the woodwork from McTominay. Desperately unlucky for Scotland. Croatia get it away. Back into Fraser. Fraser again. And that's a foul on the edge of the area. How unlucky are Scotland? And is it going to be one of those nights for them? Mateo Kovacic is pleading with his innocence. Ryan Fraser's convinced that should be a booking. German referee is unmoved. Kovacic with the foul. Now, Lee Griffiths. Can he do it for Scotland? He can do it for Scotland! They're level! What a moment for Lee Griffiths! The free kick found its way in. Scotland are still in Euro 2020. The Croatian fans cannot believe it. The Scottish fans are going absolutely crazy. The dream of playing knockout football is alive for Scotland. Look at this, the free kick by Griffiths. For once, a little bit of luck. It takes a deflection, and Griffiths takes all the plaudits, and what a moment for Scotland. They've got themselves level. 1-1 at Villa Park. Could the Scottish dream be reality? They have never played knockout football in the existence of their national team. 1872 they played their first international. Not once have they played a game in a tournament outside of a group stage match. They've got a shout tonight. But Croatia, World Cup finalists, beat Argentina convincingly in the World Cup, beat England in the semi-final, are not to be underestimated. They've been below par in this tournament thus far. They're due a performance. They might be producing one right now for Rebic. Excellent block by Charlie Mulgrew. James Forrest. Phil Barsley. Well, we've seen some wonderful games in this tournament thus far, but this really has the entire world at the moment watching this one. Fraser, Lee Griffiths. Modric this time is able to win the ball back without conceding a foul. Brakello number 2. Rebic. Charlie Mulgrew is across but cannot dispossess him. Scott McTominay again. So far in the first 25 minutes, this is perhaps the best performance thus far by Scott McTominay in a Scotland shirt. And now the ball is played through to Lee Griffiths from Scotland. Can he get there? Great defending by Kalinic to dive in there first. John McGinn. Forrest again. Forrest trying to find an opportunity to provide a cross for Scotland. He's brought down. There is no foul given. John McGinn has picked up the ball. McTominay, the Manchester United man. Was he fouled? Throw into Croatia. Well. I'm sure for Messrs Hansen and Hill watching in the studio, so much to talk about. The way this game has boiled down, a goal for either side, and if they can win, sees them through. Griffiths, that's a great looking pull through to Forrest. Can he provide a cross? He's brought down. Corner given. I thought for a second the referee had given a penalty. Andy Robertson of Liverpool to take the corner. 28 minutes gone at Villa Park. Teasing in the corner in. Headed away. And it will go out. And Scotland will have the ball. No, it did never go out. Here is Ryan Fraser. Into Andy Robertson, who stayed forwards. McTominay, unable to win the ball. Rebic, good strength play shown by him. Barisic now number 3. Kalitakar, centre half at number 5 with that partner with Vida. Goes long towards Barisic number 3. He's able to push Barsley away. Inside to Mateo Kovacic of Chelsea. Here is Rebic. Now Valisic. Barisic overlapping him on the left-hand side. McGinn comes across. Ryan Fraser is back there defending. Teasing across. Oh, and it's away by Robertson. Only as far as Rakitic. Vadisic. No foul given. Referee waves play on. Here is Forrest. Lee Griffiths is charging forward, but the pass never arrived to him. Now it's Rebic for Croatia. Rakitic. Barisic inside to Rebic. Charlie Mulgrew is across. Simple pass. Vadisic. Great block by McKenna. Brakello. He's got in his unfavoured left foot. Valisic again. Rakitic. Nice pass. It takes a deflection. It's come through to McCullough. McKenna gets there. McTominay just clears it away. Scotland are hanging on, and this game is on an absolute knife edge. Fantastic stuff. Amazing performance. Can Scotland clear it away? Charlie Mulgrew gets a better opportunity. Rebic's goal in the 3rd minute. And then Lee Griffiths' free kick equalises. We've got 10 minutes to go till half time. And it's a game you cannot take your eyes off. Brown, Fraser, little toe poke forwards to Lee Griffiths. Goes out wide to Andy Robertson. This is good from Scotland. That's a great chance by McTominay. That's gone wide. Wonderful football by Scotland. They are playing like a side that believes they can get through, that believes they can pull off the greatest moment in their footballing history. Steve Clark's side, and Steve Clark below me, you can't see him on film, is jumping up and down. He is living every moment tonight. Valisic up against Barnsley. Free kick given. Valisic waits and goes quickly towards Rakitic on the edge of the area. Out wide to Barisic. His cross. Oh, there's Rebic! Oh, it's a goal for Croatia. And Rebic has scored. Just got the better of the Scottish defence. This game again, twists and turns. Scotland are unable to deal with Rebic. And the number 18 scores his second goal. He's a top scorer for their sides. Look at that. The cross was inviting. It's away from McKenna. Barisic just crosses it into a dangerous area. Such is the fine margins in these games. McTominay misses. 5 minutes later, Rebic finishes. Croatia lead by 2-1, and Scotland now have to do it all over again. While there was a genuine belief on this side in the build-up. So far, yes, it's a great performance by Scotland, but it needs to be even better, and it might do because McTominay is free for Scotland. Oh, brilliant save! Scott McTominay again with another golden chance. The youngster was played through. Some of Scotland's football tonight is the best we've seen in years. Kalinic makes the save. Scotland have a corner. Barnsley is coming short. They've got 5 in the area. It's short to Phil Bardsley. His left-footed cross. Headed away. McGinn. Back to McTominay. Still McTominay. And there is Rebic again to win the ball back and move forward for Croatia. And McTominay with good defending. Excellent way. Bardsley. McTominay. 2 golden chances for Scotland. Had he taken them, my word, my heavens. There's more to this game to come. Brown goes out wide to Fraser. Fraser's pass inside to Griffiths. McTominay. Clever pass out wide to Andy Robertson. He needs a good cross. Robertson's cross. Good header away by Vida. Another good header away. It's come to McGinn. McTominay. McGinn again. Bardsley will pick it back at right back. Scott Brown. Andy Robertson is across from him. Good interception by Modric, but a foul committed. Scotland have a free kick. 5 minutes to go before half time. This was it. Brown's touch. Gets caught by Modric. Well, I'm going to have to catch my breath at half time. I'm sure you all are watching at home. Scotland may be behind, but there's real belief they might be able to do this. Andy Robertson is over the free kick. McGinn. Brown. Griffiths. Griffiths! Oh, so close! Again! Oh, heartbreaking. Oh, Scotland going to take these chances. Lee Griffiths misses by half a foot. Highest scorer in any championship for Scotland with 3 goals. And you feel that Scotland is so close, so close today. Kalinic. Vida. Kalinic. One more to Recalo. Headed away by Robertson. Now, and Fraser there was just unable to read it. Brown is across. Recalo again. Coming in for Kramaric in the side. Goes out wide to Verdasco. And there's Verdasco. And it will be a Croatia throw. German referee signals it. Velasco's throw. Ricardo, good touch. Dispossessed by McKenna. Who is forced to clear it. There's Velasco. Ricardo. Velasco. Left-footed ball in. Header is easy for Scott Bain. That had gone in. I really feel that might have been all over for Scotland. They need to get to half-time. What they really need is an equaliser right on half-time. How that would change the game for them. McGinn. Long ball into Griffiths. Goes out wide to James Forrest. Forrest is controlling him down. Barisic takes the ball away from him. This is Khaled Takar. Vida. Modric. Vida again into Mateo Kovacic. Croatia happy to pass it around. 2 minutes of time added on. We've got about 30 seconds of the half left. Referee will see this play out. And see it out. Hopefully Scotland will. Scott Bain to kick it long. To go short even to McKenna. Into Brown. For half-time, the game is poised on a knife edge. As things stand, it's Croatia that will go through and Scotland will go out. But there is hope for Scotland. Half-time, it's 2-1 Croatia.
Well, half-time and Scotland need to find 2 goals to progress through. It's agonising for the Scots again. Trevor, I don't know how you're coping watching this, to be honest. You must be at the edge of your seat. I'm sure I've aged about 10 years, and if I was a betting man, I don't know how many Trevor Bonds I would have lost by now, but it's frustrating because you really feel tonight that there is a chance for Scotland. They are really taking the game to Croatia, and ultimately it's 2 defensive mistakes which is counted for it. Well, Trevor, talk us through this half from your point as the neutral really between these two. Yeah, you have to look at the opening defending. It should have been dealt with and it wasn't, and Rebic doesn't need a second invite to score from this opportunity. Barisic's cross shouldn't have allowed to come in the first place. Easy finish really, dreadful goal, and it was the worst possible start for Scotland. But they started to get themselves back into it. Yeah, they did. This ball sort of spread it wide by Griffiths. McTominay's header, desperately unlucky. Scott McTominay had a really good header and the frame of the goal, and you know, you see moments like that, you wonder, is this going to be Scotland's one of those nights? And then Lee Griffiths produces this. Kalinic could get nowhere near this free kick, up and over the wall. It looked deflected actually when you looked at it in real time. It was a great free kick. And then after that, Scotland sat back. They just tried to take a breather, and Croatia kept on at them. And then you could just sort of see potentially if Scotland continue to hang back, there's this. Croatia are going to go grab a goal. Valisic effort here. Good block in the end actually this time. But yeah, there was a goal back. Barisic again on the left wing. I don't think Scotland can deal with him today. Rebic's touch is very cool, but he should never have in his life been handed out. I think you'd have to sort of sit there and question the defending ultimately. And then Scott McTominay, he's through here. Kalinic makes the save. 9 times out of 10 you'd expect Scott McTominay to put that away, and that's one of the thing about the game. Scotland have made chances to get themselves back into this game on many occasions. Griffiths here, just a fraction wide, and it's those moments that you really got to wonder, is this going to be Scotland's night? They really do need their opportunities in the second half. They've got to take them really. I think an early goal and it'll be all to play for in the second half. So, biggest 45 minutes of Scotland's international career for about 24 years this. Let's see if they can do it, and let's join Trevor Davis for the second half.
Well, I've counted all 11 players from both sides back on, and I can report no changes at half-time. Scotland, though, quite simple. Win the match, and you're playing knockout football, which means they need to find 2 goals. Fraser. Oh, it's well cut out. It's better from Scotland. As things stand, Croatia, they will qualify from this group. That heavy defeat to England, that terrible 0-0 draw. That terrible 0-0 draw with the Czech Republic, in which they were second best, and they scraped through. As things stand, this is Forrest, McTominay past Modric, into Lee Griffiths for Scotland. Lee Griffiths for Scotland. Kalinic with the save for Croatia. Just what have Scotland got to do today? There is McTominay. There's the pass in. Lee Griffiths' effort. Kalinic with another save. The goalkeeper is standing up for his side. Certainly been the busier goalkeeper. Scotland with 6 in the area. Brown is running short. Andy Robertson goes towards Scott Brown. Scott Brown does cross it in. Header is away. Only far as McTominay. Now inside to James Forrest. He's brought down. That's a penalty, surely. He's pointing to the spot, and Scotland have an early penalty at the start of the second half. Oh my words! Would you believe this? It's just what Scotland needed. James Forrest, Kalita Carr called him. It is a penalty. Absolutely no question of it. And a massive chance for Scotland. And for Lee Griffiths. It's to the pace! Scotland are still in these championships! The dream is alive! Can Scotland do it? Lee Griffiths' penalty goes in. The perfect start in the second half for Scotland. Rakitic tries to G up his side, but it's Scotland that are on top. No doubts about the penalty. Such pressure for Lee Griffiths. Has there ever been a spot kick with more pressure on Scottish shoulders? And in the end, Kalinic was led rooted to the spot. Coolness under pressure. Just bangs it home. Picks a corner, doesn't change his mind. Croatia 2. Scotland 2. You'd scarce believe it. Scotland are on the verge. A draw would be dependent on other results for them to get through. And it would seem unlikely for them to get through based on that. However, a win guarantees them a place through. Here's Luka Modric. They've got to compose themselves, Scotland, and not concede now after getting themselves back in the game. Mateo Kovacic. Ivan Rakitic goes out wide. This is Verdasco. Modric. Luka Modric. Been quiet in these championships thus far. Brekalo. Mateo Kovacic. Rebic, if he's allowed to turn, he can cause Scotland all sorts of problems. And in the end, Charlie Mulgrew with a brilliant bit of defending. And so is McTominay. And Scotland have the ball away. Brown. Second place in the group may just be enough to get you through. We know England performing well against the Czech Republic. They're a goal up. Here's Andy Robertson for Scotland. Oh, it was nearly hung on there to McTominay. The way this tournament and the way it looks out after the negative goal difference that Croatia have, the fact that Scotland have a better goal difference means second place, a draw may just do it for them in the way this tournament is running. It will depend on the Czech Republic. If they were to get a result against England, that would make things interesting. Second place could be enough. The thing is, though, we'll know in the next 37 minutes or so whether it is enough. A win guarantees it, a draw makes it incredibly nerve-wracking. Scott Brown colliding there. Giving away a free kick in a promising area. The Celtic captain. Ivan Rakitic is over the free kick. Modric is forward. Rebic is looking for it as well. And it beats everybody in the end. The very good free kick by Ivan Rakitic. Nobody got a touch. Well, look at passing percentages, 89 versus 88%. Shows you the quality of the football played by both sides today has been outstanding. McTominay, who loses it after Rakitic and Kramaric come across. Here's Modric. Rebic. Barisic. Always a threat when Croatia have the ball and have it in this area. Barisic, who can cross a ball. Headed away by McKenna. And he's fired Verdasco out on the right wing. Ryan Fraser is across. Tries to win the ball back. He can't. This is Rebic in the area. McTominay does well. Modric again. Good spell of possession this is by Croatia. I feel Scotland have got to ride this one out. But can they ride this out? This is Rebic. Good defending by Charlie Mulgrew. Excellent defending by Charlie Mulgrew. McGinn to Brown. McKenna. Andy Robertson. Nerve-wracking few moments is available potentially for Scotland. The way in which this game is going thus far. Vida. Recognisable by the ponytail. Modric recognises by his marvellous footballing ability. Bacalo into Rebic. Charlie Mulgrew with the foul. Kovacic takes it quickly to Riccardo. Modric. McKenna gets it away. Lee Griffiths to Fraser. James Forrest charging forward, but Fraser goes back all the way to Scott McKenna. John McGinn. Charlie Mulgrew goes long towards looking for James Forrest. Good control by Forrest. Lee Griffiths trying to turn and was well cut out. Half an hour to go. Terrifying prospect available. England were going to take, looks like they're going to take 9 points at Wembley. Should they do? Scotland with a point after the draw. A point here today, a better goal difference than Croatia. A win guarantees it, and that's what they need right now. James Forrest here on the right wing. Left it across. That's a real chance for Griffiths. He didn't take it. He did not take it. Well, my producer is frantically speaking to me about trying to work out the arithmetic of this. If we look at this as well, Scotland in this tournament thus far have conceded 7. Croatia in this tournament thus far have conceded 6. Scotland have conceded 4. They've scored 4. Croatia have scored 2. The goal difference is in favour of Scotland by +1. Really it is Croatia who need to win. Scotland guarantee themselves there. Then you're in the lots of poor performing second place sides. Andy Robertson wins the ball, but it's picked up by Verdasco. Kovacic to Riccardo. Rebic. Barisic. Rakitic. Rakitic! Good save by Scott Bain! His 6th cap, and he has come to the rescue. Wonderful bit of skill that was. Rakitic found himself through. There's his effort. And the Scottish goalkeeper has come to the rescue. I don't think I've ever been an international game before where it has felt as dramatic as this in the group stages. Rakitic to take the corner. Modric! Got a good connection, Luka Modric, but he's put it wide. Luka Modric with the chance. And we know Wales are through. We'll find out tomorrow if the Republic of Ireland get through. England are there also. Can Scotland join them? One of Scotland's finest ever international performances, whatever happens thus far. They have taken the game to the World Cup finals like few have in recent years. Andy Robertson will come over and take the free kick. Floats it in towards Fraser, headed away by Vida, firmly headed away. Brown with a little header back to Robertson. McKenna to McGinn. Scott McTominay. John McGinn. Good control and good pass back to Phil Bardsley. James Forrest tries to let it go and runs past Barisic. Great work by Forrest. Lee Griffiths was in the area, couldn't control it. Excellent work by James Forrest, the Celtic man. Really impressing. Kali Takar for Croatia. The Scottish fans must be clock watching. They're on the verge of something truly spectacular. 4 points guarantees you there. 2 points, it puts you down to goal scores. Scott Brown, Scott McTominay, Lee Griffiths. No foul given. Rebic, Valisic, Rebic. Always danger when Rebic is on the ball. Barisic out wide has caused Scotland a lot of problems. That's a fantastic ball through to Rebic. He's got the wrong side of Charlie Mulgrew and he has not scored. And he has not scored down to great defending. As simple as that. Pass through to Rebic. He's got the wrong side of Charlie Mulgrew. Scott McKenna comes across and makes a priceless block for Scotland. Rakitic with another corner. Croatian pressure is telling. Aimed at the far post again, and this time it's been headed away. Lee Griffiths is back there defending. Loses it to Bracalo. Griffiths wins it back from Bracalo. Fraser, McKenna, Scott Brown, Andy Robertson, Lee Griffiths, Charlie Mulgrew, Phil Bardsley out on the right. 20 minutes to go. Scotland 2, Croatia 2. Bardsley's hit it straight and won it back. McKenna, Brown, pass by Brown into McTominay. Tries to go forward towards Lee Griffiths, but Brown heads it back into Robertson. And now Ryan Fraser teasing cross, and it beat everybody, and Forrest couldn't get there. Scotland creating another opportunity. Here is Vida. Modric to Vida. Ivan Rakitic. World-class midfield by Croatia, and they're capable of such troubles, and under their goal difference they know they have to score. Scotland know that to get through they really do have to score again. Charlie Mulgrew has made another clearance. Andy Robertson is across. Well, I make no mistakes about it. An Englishman commentating on Scotland in a championship, and Scottish history is potentially available. Scott McKenna, Scott McTominay. Can they hold out? It's been their problem before. They've never been able to hold out from these positions. Valisic. Is this a new Scotland? A different Scotland tonight? Modric. Rakitic. Rebic. Brown is across. And Brown clears it away. Andy Robertson. Scotland comfortable on the ball tonight. McTominay, probably his best performance for Scotland tonight in that blue shirt. Bardsley, Charlie Mulgrew. And it hasn't worked out. This is Rakitic, Valisic, Kovacic, number 8. Valisic 13, Ivan Rakitic, Barcelona man. Barisic number 3. His cross is poor. Bardsley reads it. Takes his time. Back out wide to Charlie Mulgrew. Scotland getting pressed back. Scott Bain. They just go forwards. Back to Charlie Mulgrew. Waste a few more seconds. McGinn. Bardsley. Pressure here. Rebic is passing. McTominay picks the ball up. McKenna. To Brown. Scott McKenna of Aberdeen. Scott Brown of Celtic. Johnny Mulgrew of Wigan. Phil Bardsley of Burnley. Scotland keeping the ball, frustrating Croatia. One ball towards Forrest. Good touch, but the offside flag has gone. That Cross kick forward. Yep, James Forrest, number 10. Was in an offside position. And Lee Griffiths 2 goals tonight, particularly one from the penalty spot, puts him to 8 overall. 2 against England at Wembley, 2 here tonight. And now we're in for a tense final 10 minutes of this game. Luka Modric, Velasco, Rakitic, Kovacic, Rebic, still Rebic! Oh, it's heartbreaking! It is heartbreaking for Scotland again. Rebic has scored, and now Croatia are in prime position to come through the group. And Scotland are heading out at the moment. Under the arithmetic, another equaliser for Scotland would do it. A late goal, and the class of Rebic is shone through. And you can hear a pin drop among the Scottish ends, among the Croatian ends. Their joy. It's a good finish, but really Scott Main should have done better. He knows it the moment it was hit. Should have stopped it. Rakitic with a killer pass through 2 midfielders into Rebic. And it's the power that beats Scott Bain. Rebic celebrates. Scotland have got to find an equaliser or they're out. A draw might do it. A draw might do it. Charlie Mulgrew. McTominay. Phil Bardsley. McKenna. There's Brown. McGinn. Out wide to Robertson. Fraser. There's genuine belief this could be Scotland's night. Here is Fraser. Teasing cross. Over the head of Forrest. Hadisic will pick the ball back up for Croatia. Pass inside to Vida. He gets it away. Kovacic. Kalitakar. Across to Vida. Into Kovacic. Velasco. Riccardo. Rebic. Modric. Rebic loses it to Scott McKenna. McTominay. Charlie Mulgrew. 5 minutes left for Scotland. If ever they needed a goal, they need it now. Good touch by James Forrest into Lee Griffiths. Good dispossession by Kalitakar. Rebic. Charlie Mulgrew is across. Kovacic into Riccardo. Croatia perhaps looking stronger in these last 10 minutes of the game. Velasco. Now Rebic. And across. Bain gets there. Bardsley gets there. Scotland get it away. McGinn. Griffiths. Forrest. And Rakitic has the ball. Barisic. Vida. Kovacic. Modric. Vida again. Kalitakar. One of the finest matches of the tournament. One of the most heartbreaking matches, I'd say, of the tournament also. 10 minutes away from playing knockout football. Unless Scotland can produce a sensational equaliser. Brown into Lee Griffiths. McTominay. Lee Griffiths. James Forrest. And it's come back to Kalinic. Clears it away. Look at the referee for time added on. Charlie Mulgrew. James Forrest. Mulgrew loses it. Rebic. We will play 2 added minutes at Villa Park. It's similar to Euro 96. Scotland have got to find another goal or they're out. McTominay. McGinn. Back to McTominay. He's in space here for Scotland. Lee Griffiths for Scotland. Fantastic interception by Vida. Absolutely brilliant interception. Hadisic. Out wide to Barisic. The Scottish dream may about to be ended here. Barisic again. Bardsley. They're out of time. They're out of time, Scotland. And unbelievably, Croatia are through. Heartbreak for Scotland. Croatia have won and have secured their place into the knockouts. Scotland have given them as good a game as possible. It is heartbreaking for Scotland. That's the only word I can think to describe it. They gave everything they had. Their players are absolutely shattered. The Scottish fans are giving them a rousing reception, but in the end, the World Cup finalists had just enough to beat Scotland. Full time here at Villa Park is Croatia 3, Scotland 2.
Well, I think Trevor summed that up pretty well, actually. Sadly, Scotland bow out of Euro 2020, beaten tonight by Croatia, and Trevor, yeah, a devastating night for Scottish football, really. They were very close again, but not quite enough. Must be heartbreaking for you. Do you know, more than anything, it's frustrating because it's the same old thing that we're hearing every new time. So close, but perhaps maybe you've got to look at the Scottish game. You've got to look at what's happening on, you know, the way in which it's dominated by two real clubs, and it's been dominated really by Celtic for so many years now. And maybe that's contributed today. I don't think the blame you can go tactically. I don't think you can go that. I think you have to sit there and say Croatia were better, and that's the frustrating part. But at the end of the day, you've got to think to yourself, well, where are Scotland going to get better from here? Well, Trevor, where do you think it went wrong for Scotland tonight? I tend to agree with Trevor. I thought really tonight Scotland were beaten by the better team. But they've had their chances in this competition. They've had their moments. I think really you can point it back to the very first game. A win against the Czech Republic, who have been very poor in my opinion. And Scotland will be hoping to hold. Well, that could even take them through with 3 points. Yeah, 3 points could have been enough. So, yeah, disappointment really. I would have loved to have seen Scotland progress. Well, let's have a look at the action in this second half. And Scotland got themselves back into it very nearly. Lee Griffiths again with this effort that was good save. Good stop by Kalinic. But Scotland really took it to them. They won the penalty. What do you make of the penalty, Trevor? Under the pressure that was under that, it's the most pressure I think the Scotsman's ever been to take a penalty, and I thought Griffiths was magnificent. He's going to finish this tournament on 4 goals, and he has been the one player which has really stood out for them. And then they really started to make chances, and there was a real belief for about 20-25 minutes or so. And I think as long as Scotland got the ball to Griffiths, they were going to make things. And then Scotland sat back. Why do you think that was, Trevor? Nerves, situation, the occasion, everything go on. Scotland sort of thinking, is a draw going to be enough to get us through? Can we go for the win? Can we hang on? I think Croatia at this point started to step up their game and started to make half chances. Modric really should have put that header away that we just saw previously. And also Rebic started to see the ball more and started to make more chances. And Scotland would just naturally push further and further back. Rakitic, we know he's a top-class player. That's a great ball into the middle. Rebic hits that really. That effort shouldn't be flying in, but it's the power that beats the goalkeeper. Rebic, a hat-trick. It's outstanding performance. Let us not forget that. He played really, really well today. He did play very, very well. I guess where we are is the broadcasters hoping that Scotland could do well. Is we're frustrated because we think really Scotland had a real shout tonight of progression. I don't think Croatia are anything like the side they were 2 years ago. So here are the final standings for Group D. England with their most successful start to a major championship since Spain 1982, in which they also won 3 from 3. England scoring 12 goals, so really impressive for them. Croatia, after that win, they go through as the best second place side. Czech Republic's goal difference is going to hold them back as one of the best third place sides. They'll have to wait, but I think realistically the Czech Republic bow out, as do Scotland sadly, with 1 point. And as for the draw, England know that they could be looking at a potential quarter-final with Wales if they can get past the Netherlands. England will play the best third-place side from Group E, which we will find out the results of that tomorrow. Croatia move forward. They're into the opposite side of the draw. Their opponents are yet to be decided. We will find out those with the conclusions of Group E and Group F. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this evening. It's a game of two halves. It's a game of split emotions today. England progress and they have a last 16 tie. We'll find out their opponents tomorrow. For Scotland, sadly, they bow out of Euro 2020. Which has obviously left a very melancholic feel in the arena. Tomorrow it'll be the Republic of Ireland and Spain. That's our live game, and really the Republic of Ireland have to win that to progress through. We'll bring live on the air in the afternoon, but from all of us here, a very deflated studio after what has taken place. From all of us, and for Trevor, myself, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Good night.